Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are doing some vocabulary quizzes. I haven't done these for quite a while, but I remember them being really fun. And unfortunately, we've done most of them. But it looks like we have a few here at the end that I never touched. And that's where we're going to start. So let's jump in with S words. So every answer to this quiz will start with the letter S. And as always, the links will be in the description. I'm just going to link the playlist in general so you guys can go through it. It's really fun. All right, so we're starting here with S today. And let's jump right in. Noble Japanese warrior. That'll be a samurai. The highest register of singing voice is a soprano, I believe. But not Tony. Deadly sin of laziness would be sloth. The earthquake measuring device. So it would be a seismometer or seismograph. Okay. Seismometer? No. Size with an S, mometer. Okay. I feel like spelling doesn't really matter here too much because it's not can I spell the words, it's do I know the obscure words. So cave exploring is splunking or spelunking. There might be an E in there. That's a 3. There we go. To occupy property without legal title is to squat. To make a basket without the ball touching the rim is a swish. Military flight mission? Military flight mission. I'm not 100% sure on that one. To separate a jury from external influence is to sequester, no N. Organ that acts as a reservoir for blood. Is that the spleen? The vast Eurasian grasslands is the steppe. The Jewish place of worship is a synagogue. Synagogue. Yeah, there was no way I was ever spelling that even close. Outline of an academic course is the syllabus. A makeshift knife is a shiv. A monarch's ornamental staff is a specter. No. Is it not? No, it's a scepter. Scepter, there we go. 12 pence formerly should be a shilling. That's pre-decimalization in the British pound. Grass cutting tool is a scythe. S-Y-C-T-H-E? S-C-Y, yeah. To burn with hot liquid. To burn with hot liquid is to scald. Scald? No, how do you spell this? I know this is the right word. Scald, just S-C-A-L-D? Yeah, like the expression, a scalded dog. Okay, the right to vote would be... Surely it's not suffragettes. Or just suffrage. Yeah, the suffragettes were the women fighting to have the right to vote. A male horse kept for breeding is a stallion? Or, no, it's a stud. Military flight mission. Yeah, it's eluding me. A sortie. I've never heard of that, and it does seem as if the majority of people agree with me. All right, let's jump into T here. I'm going to try to speed this one up a little bit. Let's do some rapid fire guesses. The art of stuffing animals. That's taxidermy. Formal garment of ancient Rome. Toga. Late for school. Tardy. Primary, secondary, tertiary. Cross-dresser. All I can think of is transgender, but I don't think that quite fits. Large lower leg bone, tibia, a male cat is a tom, Spanish appetizers are tapas. Poisonous, I'm going to go with toxic. Movie with sound is a talkie. Rotating gun emplacement such as on a tank, that would be a turret. Somewhere between opaque and transparent would be translucent. The crime of betraying one's country is treason. Musical range between bass and alto should be a tenor. A system of government where religious authorities are in charge. That would be a theocracy. Theocracy. Patterned wool associated with Scottish clans is tartans. A pitchfork carried by Neptune is a trident. A three-sided hat worn in colonial USA. Okay, I do know this here. 100 gigabytes is a terabyte. The coccyx is the tailbone. A tree is chopped down, you yell timber. And a disease known as consumption is that tuberculosis. There we go. Cross-dresser and a hat. I feel like the hat is some play on the word triangle. And cross-dresser. Yeah, I have no idea. Let's not waste any time here. A transvestite? I feel like that might be a really outdated question, but I don't know. And a tricorn. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, so take it up with the quizmaster if that's the wrong word. Alright, I'm trying to keep this video around 10 to 12 minutes, so I'm going to speed through you as well. Baseball's version of a referee would be an umpire. Cow makes milk in the udders. Radioactive element would be uranium. Opposite of rural is urban. I currently live in an urban area and cannot wait to move to a rural area. A womb is a uterus. Land of the dead located below the surface of the earth. Is that just the underworld? One of a kind. Unique. One of the 5 basic tastes. Oh, I feel like this is a new one or something about it being special. It's like unagi or umami. 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 Yeah, I'm not super familiar with that, but I remember reading about it. I think it's Japanese, maybe. Wavelength of light just beyond the visible spectrum. That would be ultraviolet. Violet, not violent. Related to bears is ursine. To shriek like ulu, 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 ulu. Undulate? No, I don't know. Japanese noodle, that should just be udon. To unlawfully seize, that should be usurp, to usurp the throne. To stuff or cover furniture is upholster. The sum of everything in the cosmos, that's just the universe. Lending money at exorbitant rates of interest is unlawful. I don't feel like that's the right word. I'll go back to that. I feel like I know that one. Vessel for storing human ashes is the urn. The dots of the German U, I think that's an umlaut. Umlaut. A-U-T, there we go. Bone in the forearm is the ulna. World where everything works perfect is a utopia. Street child or spiny sea creature, that would be an urchin. And slang for vomit should be upchuck. Alright, so we're missing 2 here. Lending money at exorbitant interest rates. It's loan sharking and to shriek. I don't know what the shrieking is. Surely that's not usury. It is usury. I knew I've heard that term before, but I wasn't certain. Sometimes you just got to go with vibes here. Uluate. Yeah, I agree with 78% of people. Ain't nobody ever heard of that. All right, we have 2 more lined up here. We have V and then Y, where grapes are grown. This is a vineyard. Toxin injected by a snake bite would be venom. Opposite of prose, would that be verbose? Or verbiage? Verbiage? No. Okay, large tub is a vat. The graduate with the best grades, that's a valedictorian. I graduated in a class of roughly 23 people, and solid 8 of them didn't graduate. And of the ones that did, I was very near the bottom of the class. Ooh, yep. Anyways, sexy and curvaceous. Well, I didn't know they put me in here. That's going to be voluptuous. There we go. Person who damages property would be a vandal. A singer could be singer. Vocals. I'm going to go back to that. I think I can figure that one out. One who owes fealty to a superior. One who owes fealty to a superior in a feudal system. Man, this one got hard all of a sudden. Term for animals that are pests or nuisances. That would be varmin. Or varmint. Varmints, vermin. Bunch of words that I'm pretty sure all mean the same thing. An occupation for one which one is easily suited. An occupation for one, which one is especially suited? I don't understand what it's asking. Overly proud, especially about appearance. That would be vain. The intersection of two edges of a polygon is a vertex. Unstable, potentially explosive is a volatile. Parish priest in the Church of England is a parish priest. Surely that's not a viscount. Those at the forefront of an army or a social movement. Voices? Wow, this one got really hard all of a sudden. Word for word is vis-a-vis, I think. A South African game noisemaker is a vuvuzela. I remember that from the World Cup. Instrument that is a large violin is a viola. Thin decorative layer over a coarser material is veneer. Or varnish. Okay, fair enough. But I'm missing 7 here. I don't like that. A singer would be a vocalist. One who owes fealty. I don't know. An occupation for one, which one is especially suited. Parish priest in the Church of England. A vicar, that's a vicar. I feel like that might be a Catholic Protestant thing, like something like that. I don't know. I don't know about all that. Those at the forefront of an army or a social movement. Forefront of an army. Well, I'm thinking like the infantry, but it needs to start with a V. Word for word is verbatim. So sometimes I guess I just need to slow down and think about it. Those at the forefront of an army or a social movement. No, I have no idea, and 16 is an abysmal score for me here. Prose is verse, fair enough. Opposite, I mean. A vassal, I've heard of that. A vanguard, no, I would have never got that. And a vocation. Okay, so I can see what they're asking now, but I really don't like the way that question was phrased. And it seems like about half the people agreed with me. Yeah, this wasn't my strongest one, so let's hope I can end on a high note here. We have Y to finish things off. Before I jump into this one, if you guys liked the video, please drop a like, subscribe, and tell me what videos you want to see next in the comments. Currency of Japan, we have the yen. The Indian stretching and spiritual practice is yoga. The abdominal snowman is a yeti. A pleasure boat is a yacht. Long-haired bovine is a yak. The masculine principle in Eastern religion, opposite of yin, would be yang. A Jewish skullcap, so it's a yarmulke. Yeah, I can't believe they gave me that spelling, but it's Yarmulke. Fair enough. Semi-permanent tent-like dwelling, that's a yurt. A feudal rank below that of a squire. A squire's already pretty low, I think. I'm going to think on that one. I might know it. Germanic pagan festival that was replaced by Christmas. That should just be Yule. To give away. Or no, to give way is to yield. It's what makes bread rise. That's yeast. To long for is to yearn or maybe to yin. A young urban professional is a yuppie. I live in a yuppie area. An area between 1 and 2 years old. No, an animal between 1 and 2 years old. Is that a yearling? Wooden frame that joins 2 oxen is a yoke. Method of singing with rapidly fluctuating pitch, notably practiced in the Alps, is yodeling. Rotation of a vehicle around its vertical axis. Counterpart of pitch and roll. Oh, I know this. It has to do with planes. Yaw. It's not yaw. Pitch, roll. A tall tale is a lie. Highest rank in sumo wrestling. Man, we were going so strong. Okay. Feudal rank below a squire. Is that a yeoman? Rotation of a vehicle around its counterparts. Pitch, roll. Pitch, roll, and y'all? Y'all. I knew it sounded familiar. My little brother is actually in pilot school. Or in flight school, I guess, to be a pilot. He already is a pilot. But he was telling me about that. A tall tale. A yarn. And I have no idea about the highest rank. All I can think of is like Yakuza, and that's nowhere near the right answer. So let's end on this. It's Yokozuno, or Yokozuna. 13% of people got that, and I unfortunately was not one of them. If you guys like these vocabulary quizzes, I can try to find some more. So just let me know down in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.